Ignited souls, thank you for being here, and I hope you've got your fork ready, your knife, your spoon, whatever it is, because we are digging deep once more. Okay, so I have been doing this series. Of course, I have more videos that I already recorded on the big five and Christianity, and looking at Buddhism and Hinduism and Judaism and Islam, and really seeing that they represents the five. It's not by chance. This is like the hand of God really playing big here. And I also have been looking at like taking into account, or we could say that few years ago we saw how Islam was there was lots happening with Islam extremists as well, and but I have seen a lot of correlation between Islam and Christianity. Whether they want to see it or not, the 666 is showed in there in some way, somehow. Do watch my videos on the big five religions of the world. And also, the 666 has been more apparent, but it doesn't mean that it does not exist in the other. I don't think I really saw it as much with Buddhism, but of course we have the number six as in Hinduism that seem to show a much simpler root, we could say, from what I have seen. Anyway, I'm just giving you a little intro on this, but we are looking on the information that we have on George Floyd, and I am saying while I'm doing this, or why I am doing this, because I believe that this is far bigger than we've ever begin to fathom. This is like a universal event. Yes, we know all the earth would be hearing about this, because this has like gone bigger than coronavirus or COVID-19. But I want to say that the energetic vibration is not by chance. It's not by chance that we have five cities that lit up, words like let's see, of the last words of George Floyd, that my stomach hurts, which comes to five, or my neck hurts, which comes to four, because four is foundational, that everything hurts, which comes to seven, which is like so I'm talking about basically here. Seven is like the said God, the God who speaks, that everything, and I take this in the order that it was written. I don't know if it's stated in the order that he uttered those words, but we see out of, there were five phrases or statements made, and the middle one, which is the third one, is where number four falls in. Number four is like the foundation. So we could say here, and we have the first one, which please, I can't breathe, which is 20. 20 actually is death. 20 is foundation. 20 is rock. 20 is which is all those things of, again, foundation. Also, four is foundation, because two and four has a very strong relationship, like on the sacrifice template as in 13. And we also have everything hurts, which is seven, like the saw God. The God is sorry now, cutting away. This is a new creation. This is a new people. God created in everything in 6 days, and people on the sixth day and the seventh day, if you like. We are going by the symbols here, but there are deeper meanings to all of this, and the word seven comes to 20. So here we are saying there is death representing here again on the other side. So we have they're going to kill me equals five. So we have two fives in these statements, and we have four and we have two. So basically, and we have a seven as well. So we are saying here that there's the reason Savior is right here. Adding all this together comes to 23. Now, I'm going to just do this quickly so you can see. I was doing something on here which really, you can see that here it has been, when I've done I have done videos on this to show. My last video on this white black was saying there is like no white, no black anymore, because this oneness, we are looking at oneness. And I did this before that incident happened. And so I am showing again, this is where adding this together comes to 4. 11 and 11. Hey, 11 and 11 actually is where Mother Eve, if we did, well, we have done that. We show Mother Eve is in the middle of 11. So there are two sets of creation happening. And the number 4, we see 8, which is where Mother Eve comes to her 8th cycle. This is where she says, let us make man in our image after our likeness. I may be repeating things, but I really want us to get this, because no one else is doing this on YouTube. I haven't seen anyone else doing this, what I am doing here on YouTube. So I feel that I have a responsibility to really emphasize this point, so you can get it in different ways, different angles. And so we see 31. So when I say these 8 Latins, and of course we see another thing that happened was, what was consistent is let there, even if it was from there, we see the word the. So basically we would have let, and the 7 times. So this would be like 6 letters. So we would say 6 times 7. So we would say 42. Is that correct? 42. 3 7s 21. Okay, 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. And this is where we have 6 as the number of man right here. 6. I hope you can see this. Let's do this. Let. This is what is consistent in 7. In 7 of these Latins. I call them contracts. Contracts to, it's like New York City right now is going through all, they coming together, or cities, and saying, what can we do? What can we do? What have we got? New contracts are going to be signed. New consultations are going to be made, and so on. And this is worldwide right now. Worldwide right now. So we see let the. We are the, because the equals 6. And let is actually 1. So we also see that means, this is how it's done here. 1 plus 6 equals 7. This is a 7 right here. This is consistent. And I hadn't even, this is another way. I'm not sure if I'd done it like this before, but this is consistent. But we had this 7 times. So here we could say, so if we had this 7 times, not the, okay, let's just get this. Yeah, this is 15. Let's just give it to, this is 3 5 2. This is 10. So this is 1. And this is 2 8 5. This is 15, of course. So 15 is 6. So adding this together is 7. So what is consistent actually is 7 sevens. So I would say we had 42 plus 7 would be 49. Of course, creating in this bucket here, because 9 is 6. We see we are creating 9. Okay, let's see how consistent this was. So just to check again, so we had 7 and 7 sevens rather. So oh wow, this just dawned on me. I don't think I've been doing this all the time. I don't think I'd seen this before. So this is 1 and this is 6. So adding this together gives us 7. This gives us 7. And we have 7 Latins. So this is just the emblem right here of, this is just, I've been teaching this in so many different ways. Oh, okay. Thank you, High Priest Aaron and the 14 gods, because actually 7 plus 7 is 14. I'm not sure I had seen this before, but I've done so many videos, perhaps I have. And of course, we are talking about 5. This is what Gorge Floyd is about right now. There's so much when he says, I can't breathe. The word breathe equals 5. But not only that, There is so much. You got to get this on George Floyd. I haven't done this. It's like knowing where to start. I've got to really get some. So the word George is 7, Gorge, and that is also so this comes to 34, and it equals 7. And another thing that happens, his birth date or the day is 14. We see we have 14 right here. So I'm going to get an order, do this orderly. I have showed that he was 46, which comes just as exactly as the template. Let's just finish this here. So we had 7 sevens. Let's just do 7 sevens to see as well. So I'll do that this 21 and 28. 7 sevens, because I do like 3 sevens 21 and 4 sevens 28. I break it down. So this is 9 and this is 4. Of course, this is 12, 13. So 13 is really the number we have been seeing as the incubator. So representing the he, the God, and so on. So that's the number I had been getting a lot, but I hadn't noticed about, or I can see what I have been doing. I hadn't noticed that the numerical values here, the numerical values of let the, which is 7, has been really consistent in that way. So 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay, so 14, and so 1 is 14 and 1, so we have 4 plus 5, because 4 for 13 and 14 for 5. So this gives us 9, which makes sense. Okay. All right. Okay. So what we have seen, we have done this, we have showed how there have been people who are in the know, and I want to really emphasize that this is not by chance that we have. Okay, I'm going to do this in short bits that I'm going to break this down again. I'm going to break this down again so people can really get it. So but we are creating man in our image after our likeness. So we see 7 coincides with the 14 gods of Genesis right here. This is what Mother Eve has been doing, and now she calls us to create on the 8th cycle. So the 8th cycle has in it already what we saw as 31. The word 8 equals 31, which equals 4, as we saw the reverse of 13. The reverse of 31 is 13. So we see this is what we are now ready to use as a bedrock, as a foundation, and so on. So we see the word for FUR, which is 9366. Adding this together, 9 and 9, 18, that's 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. We are to create a new man, the number of man. So the number of man as well is about also can coincide with the elements of that we are created, the 6 protons, neutrons, and so on, and so on. Yeah. To leave this on here, and as I say, I'm repeating certain things and just showing little bits in it that you could really grasp. And just for instance, let's look at, this is where George Floyd, actually, again, if we just say George Floyd, which is more the energetic vibration that is out, we have his GORGEFLOYD. Floyd is 8 and George is 7, so adding this together comes to 15. Of course, this is where we are, 3 5s of 15. So he is the risen Christ right here. We could see that. And of course, as I say, that people can, when you are in this position, you either go left or go right, or you have the passport for both sides right now. This is why one can make a Christ out of you, or make a whatever it is out of you, but you are there. We can